Hey y'all, it's Scott, the Basic American Dad Abroad. And today we're talking tips for Paris's top 10. Now this is not about me and my top 10, it's about you and your list. What do you want to see or accomplish during your short time in Paris? Because I want to help you make that all happen. So I'll be using some of our must-sees from a recent trip just to give you some ideas. How to get it all done with reasonable expectations. Also some key tips and info to help you maximize your time. Now many of these are the usual first-time tourister cliche sites, but some in here may be attractions that you didn't know about or just didn't consider. Now in future videos I'll be going over a lot more detail of the sites on this list. So if you don't want to miss that, be sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Okay, before we start, just know that you gotta go in with a game plan, and that's why you're here. Now you could just meander around, but you're not gonna get it all accomplished. So in here and in future videos are some tips on game planning too. Number one, the Eiffel Tower. You know you gotta do it. Now the key to the Eiffel Tower, along with many other things in Paris, is to be there the firstest with the mostest. Meaning, get there early and have tickets in your hand. Tickets are sold 60 days out and the elevator rides go fast. So be sure to check the website for the date that you want to go, 60 days out if you can, but if it's less than 60 days till your trip, don't worry, you may still be able to get tickets, if not for the elevator, for the stairs. If you're gonna walk it, be prepared, it's a lot of stairs. They do have breaks every 20 stairs or so you can take a break, I know I needed that. But if you are a ways out, make sure you try to get those tickets. They do have a standby line, and you may be able to get tickets last minute, but the line is usually long, and having tickets in advance lets you bypass that line and get to the tower. Oh, and be sure to take a bunch of cheesy pics like we do. You know you can't get enough. Number two, the Louvre. If you've never been there before, get ready to be wowed. Now it gets very crowded, so if you can be there at the opening or close to it, you're gonna have a much more pleasurable experience. Now be sure to have a list and a map of those sites that you really wanna see, because in 2 to 3 hours, you're gonna feel very overwhelmed. And this place is so big that you could spend days in there and still not see it all. The Louvre is closed on Tuesdays, so don't plan on that. And again, getting you tickets in advance is key because you're gonna be able to bypass the ticket line, go straight through security and get in and have a good time. And speaking of the line, there's something else that a lot of people don't know about, is that there's a not so secret entrance over by the Arc de Triomphe de Carousel. There's some stairs over there. You go down those stairs, it gets you in kind of a back way, and you can bypass the line at the pyramid. And again, with the Louvre taking in 1,000 people per hour, that line can get pretty big, so make sure you use that side entrance. Number three, Velib bike riding. Paris has many dedicated bike lanes, and you can see a lot more of Paris than on the metro if you're riding a bike around. Of course, weather permits. You can ride up the Rue de Rivoli, around Place Vendôme, Concorde, Champs-Élysées, and it's a lot of fun. Now I'll have a detailed how-to in a future video, so make sure you keep an eye out for that. Number four, if it's opulence you seek, most people go to the Palace of Versailles, but consider the Palais Garnier. Versailles is about a 3-hour round trip, just travel time and walking to get there from central Paris. Meanwhile, the Opera Garnier is right in the center of Paris, so you don't waste a whole lot of time getting to it. And the fact that it has that ornate detail that you seek, along with less crowded and a lot closer, it just makes it a better pick in my opinion. Now the Opera Garnier does not get a long line, but once again you can save a little time by getting your tickets in advance. Now we had gotten tickets on one day and we simply couldn't make it on time, but a couple days later they still let us go in on those tickets. Number five, the Natural History Museums, plural, in the Jardin des Plantes. The Jardin des Plantes is beautiful and worth seeing on its own, and you get to see it as you're along the way to the Natural History Museums. Now, once again, a recurring theme, make sure you check the hours, plan that in your itinerary, and get tickets in advance. Saves you a long line of people that don't have tickets. Also, when we went, we had tickets to multiple museums. We were able to get in one, but not the other. And this was a Sunday in April, off season. So like a lot of other places, the natural history museums do hit capacity, so get there early if you can. Now let's take a quick pause and tell Christina bonjour.
Merci, Dad, and bonjour, everyone. In each of our Paris videos, I would like to teach you a key word or phrase that will be able to help you during your stay in France. The first one, and perhaps the most important, is bonjour. Just as you like to receive a friendly greeting before getting into things, it's expected even more in France, which has a culture of respect. They will really appreciate it and be more likely to help you. And don't stress over the pronunciation, as it's the effort that really counts. So whenever you enter a place of business or have an interaction on the street, remember to always start with a smile and bonjour. Oh, and if it's after 6 p.m., this will be bonsoir, which means good evening. So if it's not daytime where you are right now, bonsoir. Back to you, Dad.
Thanks, Christina. Now on to number 6, the Batobus. Of course, it's wonderful to take a ride up the Seine, and there are many options for a boat ride. The Batobus is a super easy hop on, hop off boat, and there are many stations where you can get on and off. Unlike many other things in Paris, there's not usually a long line for the Batobus, so there's no need to plan this out in advance, and you can get one-day tickets, save money on 2-day tickets, multiple-day tickets, go as often as you like. Number 7, the Ile de la City. You can walk around where Paris all began 2,000 years ago. You can start off at the iconic Notre Dame, see Charlemagne's statue, Point Zero, the crypt, police headquarters, Sainte-Chapelle, and if you go down the kind of hidden stairs at Pont Neuf, it brings you to a famous execution site that many people don't know about. And while that spot is a bit morbid, if you keep walking, you enter a beautiful park right at the point. And in that park are plenty of benches, not a whole lot of people, and it's a perfect spot for a picnic. Number 8, Montmartre. Mountain climbing in Paris. Montmartre is a very eclectic area and just a short ride to the Abbesse metro station. But be prepared to scale a lot of stairs. Right out of the Abbesse station is the I Love You All, short walk to Sacré-Cœur, beautiful city view, Place de Terre. But what a lot of people don't know is that right behind Sacré-Cœur is a lovely park, lots of benches and not a lot of people. You can just take a break away from people, take it all in. It's a wonderful area. Number 9, Le Procope dinner. If you're looking for that special or last evening dining experience, just exquisite Paris, why not go to the oldest restaurant in Paris, founded in 1686 and in operation. It's kind of off the beaten path in Saint-Germain. We get a similar dining experience here where we live in New Orleans at Antoine's restaurant. It's my daughter and I's favorite fancy restaurant, and that's how we felt when we were there at Le Procope. Number 10, how do you finish up that last evening in Paris to make it memorable? A beautiful city view over the Seine, Eiffel Tower in the background. The best spot to do it at is Pont Alexandre. This is the most beautiful bridge in Paris, one of the most beautiful in the world, and makes the perfect stage for that sunset as the Eiffel Tower lights up. All right, so now we want to know, what are some of your must-sees that I didn't cover in this video? Please tell us all in a comment below, and if you got something out of this video, please hit the like button. It helps others find the video as well. So thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again from Paris very soon.
Давайте я.